Steve Perry, the former Journey frontman, has spoken out about the now infamous Van Halen Guacamole episode. In 1978, Journey toured North America in support of their fourth studio album, Infinity, accompanied by rising Californian rockers Van Halen. Van Halen tour manager Noel Monk claimed in his wordy book, Runnin with the Devil, a backstage pass to the wild times, loud rock, and the down and dirty truth behind the making of Van Halen, that Steve Perry walked into Van Halen's dressing room on one tour date. But he had no idea Eddie Van Halen and David Lee Roth were having a food fight at the time. Unfortunately, Steve Perry was caught in the crossfire, and his beautiful jacket was splattered with avocado-based dip guacamole. Monk says in Runnin with the Devil, "From the top of his luxurious mane of silky black hair to the middle of his shimmering new sateen Journey jacket, Steve Perry was completely covered in guacamole. I was going to wear this on stage tonight," he said me, patting the chest of his jacket, his lower lip twitching. "Look at it now. It's fucking ruined." Words failed him, and for a moment I thought he was about to erupt, to start screaming, to demand that we pay for damages and leave the tour immediately, have our heads mounted on spikes, and set outside the front doors of our next gig. But instead, he simply began crying, a soft, sad little whimper, and I felt bad for him. Steve Perry has recently clarified in an interview that the guacamole incident did not bring him to tears. "One night, I decided I needed to go tell him, 'I just love you guys.' I opened the door and said, 'Hey guys.' Guacamole used to be served in a cottage cheese-like container. The guacamole landed on my left shoulder and arm. I looked down at it, and then up at them, and they chuckled sheepishly, like, 'Oh, shit.' I just glanced at them, closed the door, and left because I was angry. I went into the toilet, and I was furious. This was my prized jacket. I still loved them, but I couldn't praise them after that. I wiped the guacamole off my satin jacket. He said, 'I would not cry over guacamole. It eventually becomes legend. It gets silly.' We're relieved Steve has finally cleared things up.